Welcome to the PCFL Show. On this week's episode, we've got Week 4 highlights and a quick look at the upcoming slate of Week 5 games. The PCFL Show is brought to you in part by FPS Design. Graphic and web design, sports marketing, and more. Go to fpsdesignstudios.com. Also by Hat Tricks Music and Media. Audio production, graphic design, social media management, and more. Let's get right to the highlights. On the second drive of the game for the Kings, they were looking for a change, and DeAndre Churchill provided that spark with this touchdown pass. In the second quarter, 4 minutes till halftime, and the Raiders drive down with this McLeod pass to Vaugh for 30 yards. It gets the Raiders in the red zone, but the Kings D held them from scoring. On their ensuing possession, less than 2 minutes, and Martinez runs it in for a 40-yard touchdown. This left the Raiders down by 2 as the PAT was no good. The third quarter was basically the Kings and Raiders going back and forth, holding each other from scoring. But at the beginning of the fourth, DeAndre Churchill scrambles for the touchdown. They go for 2 again and complete it again. And on the ensuing possession for the Raiders, 1st and 10, John Smith Willis breaks it for a 70-yard score. And the remaining 14 and a half minutes of the fourth quarter was just like the third quarter, with defenses coming up with stops. And your final score is Elk Grove Kings 16, Modesto Raiders 12. The Falcons struck first with this toss to Nate Harrison for the touchdown. Raymond Griffin gives the underdogs good field position on the ensuing kickoff. But they weren't able to capitalize. The Falcons are also able to move the ball, but weren't able to score on this drive. The underdogs were in striking distance. Kyrie Hunt is pressured, rolls out, throws for Raymond Griffin, but it's picked off by Ronald Floyd. Falcons running back Damon Scarborough starts this drive off. And Nate Harrison finishes it. Falcon quarterback Will Kilday finished the day with an outstanding 25 of 29 for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. And the three-headed rushing attack of the Falcons combined for 120 yards and a touchdown. And your final score is Delta Valley Falcons 36, Sacramento Underdogs nothing. From the smallest of buildings to the largest, the simplest to the most detailed, and everything in between, Crandall Roofing is the company for your next roofing job. New roof construction, re-roof, flat or sloped, commercial or residential, Crandall Roofing does it all. Schedule your free consultation today. Go to crandallroofing.com for more information. Crandall Roofing has you covered. Rematch of last year's championships, the Patriots take on the Fury. The Fury get on the board first as Cody Allen hits Michael Conway for the touchdown. But the Patriots answer back, and Danny Betancourt puts it through for 3. In the second quarter, Jamie Jensen drops back to pass and hits Akeem Figs for a huge gain. That sets up this run by Havelock Pamele for the touchdown. And on the ensuing kickoff, the Fury take the ball out from the end zone. It's a good return into Patriot territory, but kicker Danny Betancourt saves the score. And a few plays later, Francisco Mejia comes down with the interception. And off that interception, Jamie Jensen hits Ray McPhee, who takes it 80 yards for the score. In the third quarter, Cody Allen hits Nate Iesi for the touchdown, bringing him within 4. But the Pats answer right back, and Betancourt makes it a 7-point game. The Fury had the Pats backed up, but a booming punt by Brandon Gooch and great coverage by Delphonse Lewis negates the field position battle. And in the fourth quarter, Jamie Jensen hits Charles Moore to extend their lead. Kicker Danny Betancourt finished 3 for 3 on PATs, 2 for 2 on field goals, and a tackle. Final score, South Bay Patriots 27, Capital City Fury 13.
You are watching the PCFL Show with your host, Angry Mike.
The Sun Devils get on the board first as Joe Gatlin sneaks it in for the touchdown. On the ensuing kickoff, the ball bounces the other way and the Sun Devils recover. The Sun Devils couldn't take advantage of that turnover, but this catch was worth watching. The Dogs' defense was able to step up and force a fumble, but they weren't able to capitalize either. And with 11:42 left in the third, the Sun Devils punch it in to extend their lead. The Dogs were moving the ball down the field again, but that drive was stopped by William Brady with the pick. And in the fourth quarter, the Dogs answer with an interception of their own. So how did the Sun Devils respond? With another interception, of course, this time David Jackson taking it back 46 yards. And the Sun Devils cap their scoring with this Joseph Gatlin pass to Quindarn Riley. Final score, California Sun Devils 30, Fresno Dogs Elite nothing. One thing we know by now, the Stallions defense can be opportunistic. Here, Darren Bailey snags the pass and takes it back 40 yards for the touchdown. It was a back-and-forth affair in terms of yardage, but not scores. The big difference in this game is that the Stallions were able to take advantage of those opportunities. While the Stallions finished the day with 182 yards spread among 5 ball carriers and 4 touchdowns, it was spearheaded by Jordan DeLeon, who had 10 carries for 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Stallions' defense was led by Darren Bailey, who finished the day with 14 tackles, 4 for loss, 1 sack, 1 interception return for a touchdown, and a pass deflection. And your final score is Silver State Stallions 40, Merced County Jets nothing. And in other scores around the league, after a hard-hitting close game, kicker Alex Vaca put a field goal through at the end to propel the Lions to victory over the Rattlers 23-21. Let's take a look at the performers of the week. Walker Cabling is a professional structured cabling contractor that specializes in data center, copper cabling, and fiber optics. They provide custom infrastructure installations in order to help your company meet its communication needs. Walker Cabling, quality matters.
You're watching the PCFL Show.
Week 5, and there's a lot of football left to be played. The Jets currently have an edge in their Tier 2 record, and a win over the underdogs could help cement that playoff push. This game is important to the underdogs for many reasons. It's important to show improvement, and it's important to get a win. The Merced County Jets take on the Sacramento Underdogs this Saturday, 6 o'clock at Highlands High School. The Sun Devils had a good win this week, showing marked improvement on the ground and in the air. Can their defense step up and show that same improvement against a Modesto Raider team who has shown the ability to run the ball? Running and defense is the hallmark of this throwback team. The California Sun Devils take on the Modesto Raiders this Saturday, 12 o'clock at the House Modesto. Sponsored by Wayne Allen's Red Dragon Tattoos. Call for your appointment. The 2-1 Spartans came out like gangbusters and then hit a brick wall. They're coming off a bye week, so they should be refreshed and looking to implement what they've learned from said wall. That'll pose an interesting matchup for the Falcons, who have had 2 really good outings, but really only look like they're starting to gel now. The Spartans take on the Falcons, Heritage High School, this Saturday at 4 o'clock. Sponsored by Albany's Best, Boss Burgers. Go to weareboss.com for more info. The Fresno Dogs roll into Rattler country on the heels of a loss, looking to improve. Can they take what they've learned from that and pull off the upset? The Rattlers are also looking to bounce back on the heels of a loss. They've got a couple weeks to figure things out and make adjustments before digging into the meat of their schedule. The Fresno Dogs Elite take on the North Bay Rattlers Saturday at Windsor High School. Kickoffs at 3 o'clock. Sponsored by Crandall Roofing. Call for your free estimate today. Crandall Roofing has you covered. Like most other teams, things are really starting to click for the Stallions. Their offense was able to put up a lot of points to complement their already stout defense. They face the Capital City Fury, who are fresh off their first regular season loss in over 2 seasons. Are they done, or are they simply an awakened giant filled with a terrible resolve? The Silver State Stallions take on the Capital City Fury this Saturday at Highlands High School in North Highlands. Kickoff is at 2 o'clock. Sponsored by Built to Hustle Clothing and Apparel. Keep an eye out for the website launch soon. This is a trap game for both teams. The Lions are coming off a hard-fought battle with a last-minute win. Will they have an emotional letdown, or will they keep up the intensity? They're going to need it if they hope to beat the Patriots, who are coming off their own emotional victory. They started this season as the most prepared team in the league. It's a long season. Are they going to be able to keep that pace? The NorCal Lions take on the South Bay Patriots this Saturday at Yerba Buena High School. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. Sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Well, that's it for this week's episode. To get more information about the PCFL, catch up on stats, or the latest news, go to thepcfl.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at thepcfl. If you're on Facebook, like our page and share the PCFL Show links. And last but not least, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. That's youtube.com/PCFL Media. I'm your host, Angry Mike, and I'll see you next week.